Hi YouTube, it's Lindy. Coming at you from my bed, post-op, I'm banded. That's pretty exciting. I feel okay actually. Surgery went really well and the surgeon was very, very happy with how everything went, and he was really happy with my liver shrinkage from the Optifast diet, so I was happy with that even though I cheated. I did really well, and yeah, he said everything just went perfectly and he couldn't have asked for it to go any better, so pretty happy about that. I think I was only in there for about an hour. And then when I came out of surgery and I was in recovery, um, that's a horrible feeling coming out of surgery. You're just all kind of discombobulated and don't know where you are. And then I had the nurse there, and I was going, oh, I'm in so much pain. And I had really bad, the shoulder pit tip pain that everyone talks about. And I've actually got it now a bit as well, just sort of going up into my neck and around there and around my jaw a bit. And I think she thought I was having a stroke. She goes, oh, have your fingers gone numb? Is your arm aching as well? No. But they had to wait for me to come to, I guess, so that so they can ask you what level your pain is, so they know what pain to give you, relief to give you. But yeah, I was in a fair bit of pain, about an 8. So yeah, I had an IV in, and they put some morphine in, I think, and then they took me down to my room, which I had to share, unfortunately, with a woman who was really painful. She'd had the same surgeon as me, so she'd had something in her stomach, but she was really annoying. She didn't even say hello. She was really rude. And she snored all night. She's snoring all night. So I didn't get much sleep. I was just kind of dozing on and off, and I guess that's hospital life for you, though. But anyway, I'm home now, and my mum and Elvis came and picked me up. I had to wait around for a while because I had to wait to do the barium swallow before I could leave. And then also my surgeon had forgotten to write on my chart that I need to take some endone home, which is, I think, the morphine-based painkiller. Oh, my throat's a bit sore now. And so he had forgotten to write that on there, so he was basically just sending me home with nothing, Panadol. And I said to the nurse, no, he told me he was going to be giving me something stronger, and so she tried to call him and he didn't call back, and we were just waiting for way too long, and then she ended up speaking to someone who sorted it out somehow. So I ended up getting that and some Panadol Rapid dissolvable. That's what they were giving me in hospital. So sometimes the endone, sometimes the Panadol soluble one, which is, if you're in the States, Panadol is paracetamol. Looks like this. So yeah, I'm home. They actually had me hooked up to a drip last night, overnight, and then this morning the nurse realised that it was bent, and I actually hadn't been going through, so I hadn't had the drip all night, and I actually started to feel that headachy, dehydrated feel because I'd been nil by mouth, all the night before. Then I had the surgery, and then I came out and I just had a few sips of water, and then because I was really thirsty, and then had a really cute nurse, this guy, and he was like the night, I think he was on until about 10 o'clock or something, and he brought me a couple of icy poles, lemonade icy poles, so that was nice, and just some ice, like pieces of ice to suck on. And then after midnight I wasn't allowed to have anything again until ended up being about 11 o'clock today, because I was having this barium swallow, and they did a scan while they did it, and so I went all that time. I couldn't even have, I just had a couple of tiny sips of water, but that was all I could have, so I was pretty thirsty. And then I got my mum to get some Gastrolite. It's one of those things that you have it's really sweet, glucosey electrolytes for if you've had diarrhea and that kind of thing, if you're dehydrated. So I got her to get me a bottle of that, and then I had a little bit of Optifast on the way home. And then I came home and had some mushroom soup that I'd made, like just mushroom with light sour cream in it, and just I blended that up in the blender a few days ago, and so I just had some of that warmed up. That was my first foodie type thing, because I'm on liquids for the next 2 weeks. So anything I can suck through a straw. Lucky I'm not hungry. And that's the amazing thing. I'm thrilled that I'm not hungry. He told me, I asked him what size band I had last night, and he said it's a small, and he said it fits 9 mils in it, which I think is the same as 9 cc's. So that sounds quite small compared to what most people seem to have. And I asked him what determines what size band you have, and he said, oh, just the size of your stomach, like a lot of men will need to have a bigger band. But anyway, so it's already got 3 mils in the 9 mil band. He's already put 3 mils in it. But he said when I go in for my first adjustment, he takes all that out just to check that it hasn't leaked out or whatever, and then he'll put some more in. So he must only do very small adjustments if it's only holds 9 mils altogether, and I've already got 3. So he's a really lovely surgeon. If anyone in Melbourne is looking for a surgeon, Liang Lo, and he's a complete weight loss surgery in East Melbourne. Really, really nice guy. And even the orderly in the hospital who was pushing me around in the wheelchair today said, oh, your surgeon's so nice. He said when we're in the changing room, he'll always smile and say hello, and he doesn't know my name or anything, but he said, he does, and he's really nice, and that's not that common in the world of surgeons. So, that was a really nice thing to hear, and he has been really lovely. Everyone at the hospital was really nice at Brighton, Cabrini Brighton. So driving home, that was pretty uncomfortable. Like, you just don't realise how many bumps there are in the road. And in the city, like, because we live in the country, it took about 2 hours to get home. So my mum was driving, and she's really nervous driving in the city, so she was doing a lot of stopping and starting, and I was like, Mum, it's killing me. More, I think, just because my stomach, because it's still fat, and it's also quite swollen, I think, because I think there still must be a fair bit of gas in there. And I suppose just swelling and stuff, so it's quite, blobbery. And every time the car stops, it's like where the small incisions don't hurt, it's just where the port is. I'm sure all of you have had surgery already know what it's like. But, and then it kind of got this really stinging feeling, which I guess must be where the actual, incision on the skin is. I don't know, but it was just like stinging, and then, and then I was kind of tensing up when I should have just been relaxing, and it was just the most uncomfortable car ride home, and I was like, oh, stop going over so many bumps. But anyway, we got here, and I'm okay, and I'm in bed now, and I've got my computer, and I've got the newspaper, and I've got my lap band book, got my phone. So I'm just going to hang out here, I think, for the next couple of days and see how I go. Still, there does seem to be quite a lot of gas in there, but I think too much information as usual. But the car ride home, the bumpiness, I think actually forced a few out down the other end, past a bit of wind. So maybe that was a good thing. And I am finding that I'm burping a fair bit as well, which I think I actually notice people, some of you, I notice when you're doing videos burping every now and then, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. And little sort of weird hiccup things that I've had as well. Not weird, they're just like hiccups, but like one randomly every now and then. Trying to sleep last night with the woman snoring across from me, but I think it was because of the medication as well, but I was just kind of drifting in and out, but I wasn't really sleeping. It was I was partly conscious, but just in a really relaxed state, and so I was thinking like over and over and over, just having these roundabout thoughts about, my new life and the clothes I'm going to wear and all those sorts of things. And then even today I'm like really excited about exercising. All of a sudden, bam, I'm excited about exercising. And even though I can't do anything quite yet, but It's like I've been building up to this point of having the surgery and knowing that everything will change after that, and after that, that's when, it has to change. It has to. Like, there's no point in having the surgery if you don't change everything. So it's like now, well, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to be healed and, over the liquid phase and start eating food and start exercising and start running. I want to do the Couch to 5K, which I know a lot of people do, but I've done that before and, it worked great for me then about 18 months ago. I did it, and I did it really slowly, like, because obviously I'm pretty heavy, so it was almost a shuffle, but I still ran it. I could still do it. And I felt great. I felt so good when I was doing it. And then even probably about, I don't know, 15 years ago or something, I used to run 5Ks. And, I think it's the exercise for me. I don't really like going to the gym. I don't mind doing weights and things like that, but I always end up paying a lot of money and then never going. Like, I'll have a burst of going to the gym for a while and then I just don't go anymore. But I think running is something that I can maintain. At least, I think I'm the sort of person that I'll do some exercise for a while and then I get over it and then I stop and then I'll get back into it or I'll try something else. And, I don't think I'm the sort of person that can be dedicated to one exercise for the rest of my life, kind of thing. Probably the only thing I could think that maybe running is, like, once I get down to a good weight again and it's easier for me to run, when I'm not actually, like, lugging such, another person around running with me, as in, like, my extra weight. So I'm pretty excited about everything. I don't feel too different, but yeah, I don't know, it's just weird. I mean, those of you who've had the surgery, you all know, but yeah, it's just exciting. It's just a new phase of my life and the world just looks a little bit different at the moment. So, I am going to sign off for now. I actually weighed myself as soon as I got home. I got on the scales because when they weighed me at the hospital, last time I'd weighed myself on my scales, I'd weighed 134.8, and then the next day when they weighed me at the hospital, it was on a mechanical scale, and mine's a digital scale, but it was 132. But she said, I'll write down 131 because you've got all your clothes on. So 131, right? And then I got home today and weighed myself, and I was 135.9. I'm like, no, it's all the fluid and stuff. That's not right. I haven't even eaten anything. So who knows what I weigh at the moment, but I was hoping that I was going to come home and magically be at 128 or something. Anyway, we'll wait and see. I guess it'll be about a week or so before it all settles down. And they say they don't expect you to lose weight on the liquid phase. This is what I'm just reading my notes now. But they said people don't usually put on weight, but they don't want me to watch calories or anything. They just want me to have nutritious fluids. Nutritious liquids. And like, I know a lot of you talk about having to get in certain amounts of protein and things like that and certain amounts of water. They haven't said anything to me about any of that. Like, I think they're really thorough, but they just don't, and they're not into counting calories and that kind of thing. So they just make sure you have, I don't know, I guess you just know when you've got enough. I don't know. But anyway, I'm kind of glad I don't have to count calories or weigh things or, maybe down the track I will, but anyway, I don't know, it just feels too much like a diet, and I want it to be a lifestyle change rather than a diet, and I think I'm just rambling. So yes, I'm one of the banded community now, so thanks for watching, if anyone is watching, I don't know. And leave comments if you like, ask me questions if you're, thinking about the surgery or whatever. I'd just love to hear from some people, and especially any other people that have been banded around this time. So today is the 3rd of May. Okay, I'll talk soon. Bye.